Central government. So zero hour, I have not permitted. Even if 20 people stand, once I have not permitted, it is not going on record. It is not going on record. Sri Muhammad Nadimul Haq, Madam Muhammad Nadimul Haq, not going on record, not to be shown, not to be recorded. Please. Without my permission, you can't dictate to me. Please go to your seats. Okay, that means again you have come back to the mood. You don't want to have zero hour. Okay, then I have no problem. You don't want to have zero hour. I have not admitted it. Please, मैंने admit किया नहीं. Sri Muhammad Nadimul Haq, Muhammad Nadimul Haq, Nadimul Haq. Increasing road accidents in the country. Please go to your seat. ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. It's not going to be permitted. Even all of you ask also. Yeah, members want zero hour. Please don't harm the interest of other members. Zero hour members want zero hour. Please. Yes, sir, please. That's why I called Muhammad Nadimul Haq. Nothing else is going on record. Only Muhammad. Please, you can. Please go to your seats. Don't cause harm to others. Please. No. They are all concerned about zero hour. They are concerned about zero hour. Please go to your seats. I am not going to allow it. Nothing has come to Government of India. You can discuss all these things during President's address. You can discuss during President's address. You have the opportunity. You don't want? You don't want? Zero hour, please. Zero hour. Zero hour. Muhammad Nadimul Haq. Muhammad Nadimul Haq.
Sir, according to WHO estimates, 11% of all global deaths are caused by road accidents. India occupies the third position, just behind the USA and Russia as the country.
That is not a matter before the parliament.
Resulting from road accidents. So even during the pandemic, the lesser vehicles on road.
Tomorrow your state will also face the same thing.
Sir, how can I speak, sir?
Governorship.
Sir,
Governor is
sir,
bypassing the state assemblies and the government.
please bring the house in order,
This will not go part of the live.
Sir, please bring the house in order, sir.
Sir, how can the state assembly, sir, it's a whole, sir, unanimous.
What you are saying is going on record, Mr. Nadimul
sir,
Haq.
but
Other things are not
the
going on
house is
record.
not in order, sir. How can I so much? I can't hear you, sir.
So you try to understand the problem of others and you create some disturbance. I hope that everybody will realize. General DP Watts. General DP Watts.
Sabha
General
chamber.
DP Watts.
Yes, sir. Lok Sabha chamber.
General DP Watts.
Yes,
Lok
sir.
Sabha.
Lok Sabha chamber. I am from
बोलिए।
Lok Sabha chamber. सर, सभापति जी, आपके माध्यम से मैं पूरे देश का और सदन का ध्यान शहीदों के परिवारों को मिलने वाले एक्स ग्रेशिया आर्थिक सहायता और नौकरी की सहायता के बारे में दिलाना चाहता हूं। ये देखा गया
All
है,
these names has to be noted and issued in the bulletin.
ये देखा गया है कि
I am not going to allow autocracy in the house. Please
मिलने
go to your
वाली
seats.
सहायता करोड़ों में भी है और 5 लाख भी है। इसको मैं आपके माध्यम से दरखास्त करूंगा स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से कम 1 करोड़ करें और आश्रितों को नौकरी उनकी योग्यता के मुताबिक और जिस पोस्ट से शहीद हुआ उसको मद्देनजर रखते हुए, यानी कि कुछ स्टेट्स में तो क्लास 1 जॉब दी जाती है और कुछ में दी ही नहीं जाती। इससे शहीद जो प्राइम ऑफ लाइफ में बलिदान होते हैं उनका परिवार अनसेटल्ड होता है। ऐसे हालात में उनको लमसम आर्थिक सहायता और साथ में नौकरी की सहायता उनके आश्रितों को बहुत ज़रूरी है। इस पे ध्यान आकर्षण मैं करना चाहूँगा पूरे देश का राज्य सरकारों का और केंद्रीय सरकार का।
Right.
धन्यवाद।
Srimati Janna Das Vaidya, you are unnecessarily obstructing others. You will have an opportunity in the President's address. This is what I have said. If you want to discuss something about Tamil Nadu, you can discuss in the President's address, which is going to commence in another 1 hour. You must have patience and don't do injustice to other members. Janna Das Vaidya, ma, please. Janna Das Vaidya. Why are you wasting your time?
त्रिपुरा की राजधानी अगरतला और बांग्लादेश के अखाड़ा के बीच 980 करोड़ रुपए की लागत वाली रेल लाइन परियोजना के लिए
Okay.
त्रिपुरा की राजधानी अगरतला और बांग्लादेश के अखाड़ा के बीच 980 करोड़ रुपया के लागत।
I will not allow you or I will not allow ministers to respond because this is not part of the agenda. You can discuss it at 11:30 after question hour.
The states are entities. How they will be ignored? Sir,
Jannadas ji.
Yeah.
Okay. Sri K. Vanalavena. Sri K. Vanalavena. Number 3.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Please be fair to other members.
Honorable Chairman, the topic of my speech is need of Hindi teacher in Mizoram as well as in the whole northeastern state of India. Honorable Chairman, Mizoram has...
Suspension of the business. I want the business to continue. How can there be a compromise? You want to suspend the business. That's what the notice says.
School.
I don't want to suspend the business because they're all important issues.
55 Hindi teachers have also been sanctioned and appointed under Samagra Shiksha scheme.
Nothing is going to happen before 12:30. You can take up that in 12:30.
And government-aided schools. The most important stage of education in language learning, that is the primary school, could not be
All
provided
senior
in
members,
Hindi language.
you seems to have
learning
decided and
till
come
then
here
Northeast.
not to allow others to speak. I am
The
very
share
sorry.
of the government of India as per new norms under
Northeast,
Samagra Shiksha
Northeast.
scheme has been plunged to
Mizoram,
reduce on a yearly
Mizoram,
basis, particularly under various activities such as salary components of teachers and teacher educators. This has given additional financial burden to the state government of the Northeast. These may be revised for small states, especially the whole Northeast state, in the existing ratio of 90:10 for all components under Samagra Shiksha scheme. Moreover, sir, the condition of appointment of teachers under Samagra Shiksha scheme may be revised at par with their counterparts under the state government, as they are the most important components for achieving desired quality education in the country. More funds may be allocated for enhancement of salary components under the scheme. Knowing Hindi for the children of Northeast is very important for national integration. In other states of India, the children could get teaching of Hindi from their own parents.
Time over. Vanalavena. Sri Prasanna Acharya.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the issue I am raising is concerning the interest of the farmers of not only of Odisha, of Telangana and some few more states, sir. Sir, as you know, sir, Odisha is a paddy producing state, sir. And after the paddy is milled to rice through millers, sir, the surplus rice after consumption under the NFSA Act and other welfare
No,
schemes
please.
of central government.
I have not permitted. Where are you coming to the well and then doing all this?
Government of India through Food Corporation of India, sir.
You want me to go against the rules? I will not do it.
People of Odisha, they consume parboiled rice.
No.
So 95% of the rice produced in Odisha is parboiled rice. And sir, in this KMS of 21-22, our estimated procurement of rice is about 52 lakh metric ton. State's own consumption will be 30 lakh metric ton under National Food Security Act and State Food Security Scheme and other welfare schemes, sir. Thus, we will have a surplus of 20 lakh metric ton of parboiled rice. But sir, unfortunately, this year the FCI has refused to receive any parboiled rice in the current year 21-22. Target has been issued to lift only 5 lakh metric ton of forfeited parboiled rice and 2 lakh metric ton of raw rice. As a result, sir, Orissa will be left with 15 lakh metric ton of surplus rice. So what should we do with that rice? Should we throw it to the Bay of Bengal, sir? So I urge upon the minister, sir. We had met the minister earlier also. The minister was kind enough to say that it will be considered, sir. I request the minister to kindly consider and ask the Food Corporation of India to lift all the surplus parboiled rice from Odisha.
Sir Smith Patra,
and sir, our outstanding dues about food procurement.
You go to your seat. Show respect to others.
The central government. I will urge upon the government to kindly release the outstanding subsidy amount as early as possible, sir.
Right. Sir Smith Patra.
अन्य अध्यक्ष महोदय, जो मेरे वरिष्ठ नेता ने कहा है मैं उसका समर्थन करता हूं और मांग करता हूं कि राज्य सरकार और माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्री नवीन पटनायक जी का जो रिक्वेस्ट है वो कि केंद्र सरकार सुने और पारबॉइल्ड राइस जो है सरप्लस राइस है उड़ीसा का लगभग 15 से 20 लाख मेट्रिक टन उसको प्रोक्योर करे। धन्यवाद।
श्री प्रशांत नंदा।
मैं भी समर्थन करता हूं।
All nothing is going on record.
और ये मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि the parboiled rice has been the surplus amount parboiled rice may be communicated may be taken.
Right. Amar Patnaik.
Sir, I support sir, the motion moved by sir, Mr. Prashant Nanda in the 0 hour, sir. Sir, as per the latest NSO statistics, a farmer family in Orissa earned rupees 5,112 per month from July 2018 to 19, which is the lowest in the country. Sir. Right. And as far as parboiled rice is concerned, so last year we exported $2,307 million abroad to 152 countries. So why can't the government of India lift this surplus rice of 15 million tons?
Right.
There is absolutely no reason whatsoever when Honorable Chief Minister of Orissa has written to the Prime Minister of this country. Sir.
Right. Dr. Juan Verai Kharukhi, Adaritri, Banwalaiji, Northeast, schedule. Please.
Well, my state, Meghalaya, had already celebrated 50 years of statehood, sir, on the 21st of January, 2022. Sir, Meghalaya comprises of 2 ethnic groups, Khasi, Jaintia and the Garos, who speak different languages. But the sad part is, sir, that in spite of the demand made by the people, and a resolution was passed by the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly for the inclusion of the Khasi and Garo languages in the 8th schedule of the Constitution, nothing was done, sir. Today, we are a state of 50 years, but without a recognized language. Sir, I appreciate your wishes that you used to express in this august house in favor of having members expressing themselves in the house in their own language. Sir, I take this opportunity to request you, through your good office, sir, to impress upon the government that though 50 years we are a state without a language,
right,
but at least on attaining 50 years of statehood, the government may recognize us by including the Khasi and Garo languages in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Anwaraiji. Sri Neeraj Dangi, Sri Manoj Kumar Jha.
थैंक यू ऑनरेबल चेयरमैन सर, एक बहुत गंभीर मुद्दे को उठाने के लिए आपने मुझे मौका दिया। सर, एक वक्त आ गया अब अपने मुल्क में जब राज्य सरकारों और केंद्र सरकारों को नेशनल एम्प्लॉयमेंट पॉलिसी के फ्रेमवर्क को पुख्ता करना होगा। सर, अभी हाल में हम सब ने विजुअल्स देखे थे रेलवे की नौकरी को लेकर के, वो विजुअल्स सर रोंगटे खड़े कर देते हैं। उसके अलावा अगर आप ऑक्सफैम की रिपोर्ट देखें और ऑक्सफैम की रिपोर्ट और एम्प्लॉयमेंट सिचुएशन को एक साथ पढ़ें, अर्बन पॉवर्टी की बढ़ाव को देखें, रूरल पॉवर्टी की पेनिट्रेशन को देखें, तो मैं समझता हूं सर हम सबको पक्ष विपक्ष और उभय पक्ष मिल करके इस पर काम करें। जाहिर तौर पर इससे क्या हुआ है कि हमारे चुनाव में भी सर रोजगार अब मुद्दा नहीं रहा, बाकी सारे मुद्दे हैं। और अगर रोजगार को लेकर के पूरे देश का सरोकार एक नहीं हुआ सर तो हम ज्वालामुखी के ढेर पे जाएंगे। अतः मैं आग्रह करता हूं आपके माध्यम से कि इस पर पुख्ता तौर पर चर्चा हो और सुनिश्चित किया जाए। जय हिंद सर।
धन्यवाद मनोज जी। श्री के.सी. वेणुगोपाल, नॉट देयर। श्री विनय विश्वम, नॉट देयर। प्लीज विनय जी।
Sir, everybody of us knows that the public sector is the biggest employer of this country. It serves the needs of the country, gives jobs to lakhs and lakhs of young people. But the country is facing a reality that all the public sectors are under threat and attack. The banks, the LIC, the GIC, the defense, the aviation sector, everywhere the government is in a frantic move or a frenzied move to privatize everything to that. Sir, I support the view of Atmanirbhar Bharat. If I understand that concept in the right way, I believe it is for Bharat, not for private looters. But sir, what we see today is that for the sake of the private looters, all the public sector banks, insurance companies, and everything, it is going to be given to them, the private companies and the private investors. Sir, this is causing a big fear among the people. Lakhs and lakhs of people of this country are waiting for jobs. The railways, we saw in Patna what happened. So considering their agonies, I request the government to take seriously the wage revision of the insurance employees in the GIC, the DA issue of the bank employees. Such issues and the defense employees issues are so vital. Right. So I request the government to take these issues very seriously.
Thank you, Vinay ji.
This is the immediately. Thank you, sir.
Issue of employees' welfare, well, privatization, that is the issue. Okay. Srimati Priyanka Chaturvedi.
Sir.
Ma.
Sir, thank you, Honorable Chairman, sir, for allowing me to raise a very important issue, something that our founder, Shri Balasaheb Thackeray ji, was committed to, and that is rehabilitation of Kashmiri Pandits. Sir, it has been 32 years of struggle, of living in exile, and continued to be denied their right to return back home. In 2015, when the government had come into power, they had promised construction of 6,000 transit accommodations for Kashmiri Pandits. Unfortunately, and as per the department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee of Home Affairs, the work has been progressing very slowly, and only 15% of the work has been completed till date. This comes at a time when the struggle has been ongoing for 32 years, and they have been living their lives in exile for more than 3 decades. It is unfortunate that despite the government's big promises, post-removal of Article 370, after allowing people from outside the state to buy land there, Kashmiri Pandits are denied their homes. Therefore, through this House and through you, sir, I urge the government to expedite the construction of transit accommodation units and to facilitate the return, rehabilitation and empowerment of the Kashmiri Pandit community. They have been fighting a battle to go back home for the past 32 years.
Right,
the government must ensure their safe return and a dignified life for them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Priyanka ji. Sri Neeraj Dangi.
साथ में ये महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दा मैं सदन के समक्ष रखना चाहूँगा। देश में 1998 में पेट्रोल और डीजल पर 1 रुपया प्रति लीटर रोड सेस के भुगतान का प्रावधान लागू किया गया था। वित्त अधिनियम 2018 के माध्यम से रोड सेस का नाम बदलकर रोड सेस और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेस कर दिया गया एवं इसका उपयोग राष्ट्रीय राजमार्गों, राज्य और ग्रामीण सड़कों एवं अन्य बुनियादी ढांचों की सुरक्षा में सुधार के साथ साथ रेलवे परियोजनाओं के विकास और रखरखाव को भी शामिल किया गया। इन उद्देश्यों के लिए पेट्रोल और डीजल ऑयल पर सेस, एक्साइज ड्यूटी और सेंट्रल कस्टम्स ड्यूटी लागू की गई, परंतु रेल मंत्रालय के आदेश दिनांक 31/12/2021 द्वारा नए सिरे से विकसित किए गए रेलवे स्टेशनों पर स्टेशन डेवलपमेंट फीस (SDF) वसूलने का फैसला किया गया। इसके तहत जिन रेलवे स्टेशनों का रीडेवलपमेंट हो चुका है उनके लिए यात्रियों से 10 रुपए से 50 रुपए तक का चार्ज वसूला जाएगा। बताया गया कि यह कदम रेलवे को और स्टेशनों के रीडेवलपमेंट के लिए पैसा जुटाने में मदद के लिए किया गया है। जब रोड एंड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट के तहत एकत्रित किए जाने वाली राशि में रेलवे परियोजना का विकास और रखरखाव शामिल है तो फिर इस स्टेशन डेवलपमेंट फीस (SDF) का क्या औचित्य है? केंद्र सरकार पेट्रोल पर सेस और एक्साइज ड्यूटी के रूप में 32.9 रुपए प्रति लीटर वसूल रही है, जिसमें 18 रुपए प्रति लीटर रोड और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट सेस शामिल है। इस प्रकार रेल मंत्रालय का यह तुगलकी फरमान गैरवाजिब है और रेल यात्रियों पर अनावश्यक भार डालने वाला है, जिसे तुरंत प्रभाव से वापस लिया जाना चाहिए। धन्यवाद सर।
ये तुगलक मेरे ख्याल से रिकॉर्ड में नहीं जाएगा, देख लीजिए। श्री मोपी देवी वेंकट रमण राव।
Thank you, sir. It is learned to that of late the freight charges for shipping containers sea exports increased to a tune of 40–45%, and for some containers is more than double, sir. On the other side, there is a severe shortage of containers causing huge delay in shipping. Since last year, there has been fluctuation in the freight rates, and the businessmen reporting that the current rates are the highest ever. This is an unprecedented rise, and there is a shortage of containers too, making the situation more worse. For instance, about 6 months ago, the export flights for destination like Dubai was about $200, which is now $1,500, sir. In case of USA, the earlier cost was about $2,000 to $2,500 per container, and now it has gone to $12,000, which is almost 6 times, sir. It is obvious that this scenario is leading to a drop in the export and also huge increase in investments, and there is a possibility that the businessmen may switch to local sales. Hence, request the central government to take a serious note in the happenings and intervenes in the issue to sort it out and bring the exports to normalcy in the best interest of the sector and nation. Thank you, sir.
Right, Venkataramanji. M.V. Shreyams Kumar, please.
So the government has recently taken a decision to increase the GST from 5 to 12% on footwear costing below 1,000 rupees. So footwear industry is a small-scale industry which employs more than 3 lakh people in Kerala, directly and indirectly. And so it's a labor-intensive industry which provides employment to large-scale women in Kerala, sir, and elsewhere in the country. So earlier, before the introduction of GST, this industry was exempted from excise and other levies. The increase in GST on footwear has, has made the industry struggle because of unfavorable condition, unavailability of raw materials and things like that. So I request the government to reduce the GST from 12% to 5%. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shreyams Kumarji. Srimati Shanta Chetri. Nahi. Sri Ajay Pratap Singh. Time is 1 minute only.
धन्यवाद सभापति जी। सभापति जी, मैं आपके माध्यम से सीधी जिले के कुसमी विकास खंड में स्थित है और इसके अंतर्गत लगभग 40 गांव स्थित हैं।
Time is over, Ajay Pratap ji. Honorable members, today we could take up 14 0-hour within these 30 minutes. If others have cooperated, we could have completed the remaining 3 also. I would like to make an observation and also appeal. People were feeling happy that the Rajya Sabha is functioning without disruption and members are having their say. But today, unfortunately, one has to go through the rules. The rules says 267 has to be admitted by the chairman. I have not admitted because that is not an issue before either the central government or before the parliament. It's an issue there in the state. And that also I said you can discuss it during the president's address because they want to say something about the state. Whether one is in agreement with them or not, but they have got every right. But suddenly saying that no, our issue must be taken up, other jurors, forget them, and then is anti-democrat, and then not permitted chair. You are criticizing governor, you are criticizing the center, you are criticizing the chair also and criticizing the house also. I request all of you, please, and in between they say LOP. LOP can speak only if there is order in the house. And your own members are creating disorder. I can't help it. Please understand, I have sympathy for everybody. You are seeing all this 0 hour and also question hour. All states are being accommodated to the extent possible. So my appeal is, see to it that we function as per the rules, regulations and guidance from the chair. The question hour, Sri Ramnath